Let me just jump right into this, shall I? No lube, no butter, no Vaseline, just fully raw dog my way into this. I am apparently racist now. You heard that right, my dudes. According to one of my now ex-followers on Instagram, I am blatantly racist. I was just going about my daily life, but little did I know my whole online presence was going to be besmirched with a racist accusation. Which sucks because I don't know. I'm not racist, or I don't think I myself am racist. I thought I had a genuine sense of respect to literally everyone I have interacted with, regardless of their race. So just this general kind of accusation, whatever the fuck, it's kind of news to me. But, some fucker on the internet said it, so it must be true. But why am I racist? How did I get this way? Can I change? Probably not. Because I am the worst person to walk this planet, and I'm going to be putting on a front in order to maintain my reputation. I, Creepshow Art, am going to fully and completely explain this situation front to back, no bias, no opinion, just giving you the straight piss of the situation so you can go around on your pissy day and know what happened. I know the term is the tea, but I feel like piss has more impact and it's just as warm. So let's get pissy, my dude. Let's start at the starting point with the art that is in dispute. And if I could edit like D'Angelo Wallace or Witchit or fucking T-Spill, this video would be a lot more fun, but I can't. I suck. I know. If you didn't want to unfollow because of my blatant racism, you should probably unfollow for that and go follow D'Angelo, Witchit, or fucking T-Spill. They're great. At the time I'm recording this audio, I drew this piece that you're seeing being drawn behind me, 2 nights ago. Here's what it looks like finished. Spoilers, that's what it looks like at the end of this video. Bye. I was watching season 2 of Justice League Unlimited, and frankly, it was terrible, but I love terrible things. But 10 out of 10 would watch again for memeing purposes, because boy, were there some good moments. While I watched though, I was drawing, and I ended up drawing this character. She's based on no one in the show. I shouldn't have brought up the show in the first place. She is literally just a cutie who is turning around with flowers in her hair, as if to say, hi, I'm a cutie who is turning around with flowers in my hair. Bingo bongo. Simple as that.
The easy way to look at it is, if it has a hat on, it will probably be called Hat Man. Most of the titles for my pieces arrive because on computer you have to call them something. So I have.
While making it, I really liked this drawing, and I still really like this drawing because I drew the flowers. Because if you haven't noticed, there are flowers in it. I don't really draw things well. I know a lot of people don't think I draw humans well either, but I draw things like objects way fucking worse. So the fact that I was able to make something that's recognizable as a flower, that to me was dope. If you haven't noticed, I'm pretty basic. However, I liked it, and I didn't know how long I was going to take to make a video using the background play of the artwork being drawn. So I do what I always do. I said, fuck it. And I posted it on Instagram with the caption, I can't draw roses well. If I am self-deprecating, it makes your insults less hurtful. So I posted and went about my life. Little did I know, I just committed an artistic hate crime. Cut to the next day, which is today, when I'm recording. I am literally recalling like shit that happened 2 hours from right now, and it feels like I'm living in a nightmare. So let's keep going. It's the next day, I'm going through my DMs because someone commented, hey, check your DMs, I DM'd you, but for the most part, my DM requests are all buy free likes now or spam art accounts that want to feature my artwork. So if you're wondering why I didn't respond to your DM, anyone who has DM'd me, it's very rare that I'm able to sift through and find something of value amongst the get likes now, buy active followers now, let us feature you. Your art is great. Do you want to collab with us? Insert fake company name. However, on this here day, I was able to sort out some of the non-bullshit ass DM requests that seemed like maybe, I don't know, would be a nice interaction. Little did I know, I was about to embark on the dumbest digital quest I have ever been a part of. Scrolling through, I see a message from, okay, so I shouldn't actually name her, so let's just call her Vaseline Intensive Care. I get a message from Vaseline Intensive Care, and I think, cool. Finally, a message from a fan, a message that might be nice. Someone's finally gonna be nice to me today and not try to sell me an auto liker from my account. Finally, an ounce of positivity in my life after a fucking harsh winter. Little did I know what I had actually walked into or clicked into. Whatever. Vaseline Intensive Care had sent me my own artwork, just DM'd it to me, and said the following. I'm going to do this in a dramatic ass reading because of course I am. So feel free to call me overdramatic or just annoying in the comments down below. Or if you want, call me a full-on racist. Anything works. But now for the dramatic reading. I know you probably didn't mean anything by this, but it's disrespectful as a white woman to draw a black woman. Like the skin tone, the hair, it's all wrong and blatantly racist. I know you probably did it out of ignorance, but you're a white woman. You shouldn't be drawing people of color unless you are a person of color. I would take the image down, apologize publicly, and link some people of color artists in order for this not to escalate. Please, don't make me take this any further than it needs to go. Personally, I kind of dig that it ends with a vague threat. Like, don't make them do something. Like, I'm gonna I don't know. I don't know what I would do to make them do. I don't know what that means, but I like it. So I read through that once and immediately was mildly pissed off. Honestly, there's probably nothing I hate more than being talked down to, especially when people come at me like they're morally superior than I am. Don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm a moral beacon I don't think I'm a beacon of morality and justice or whatever, but I have conscious thought and I am capable of critical thinking. So when people tell me shit like this, as if I'm not aware of my words or my actions or my basic power as a human person, it just gets under my skin. I'm not an unintelligent person. I just messed up saying fucking great. Nailed it, Shannon. Good job. So naturally, I am a bit irked, a little bit peeved, a little bit not happy about this shift in the universe and the fact that someone, instead of reading me for something proper, instead of reading me for something that would be, I don't know, good, like your roses suck, learn how to draw roses, dipshit. They wanted to infer a racial injustice for my actions of drawing a person of color. I thought it was a bit of a stretch, in my honest opinion, in my fair, unbiased, completely unbothered opinion of this situation that I personally am not a part of. But seems like a stretch. Little did I know that this was only the beginning of the stupidity. I screenshot the messages to send to my boyfriend because I needed to rage about it privately to someone who would tell me if I was in the right or wrong. I needed to know, hey, I don't think this is bad, but let me just be super sure it's not bad. Because no offense, sometimes I ask you guys if I'm in the right or not, and you just enable my bad behaviors. So I just need to make sure that I'm not always full on, full out being terrible. So I screenshot the interaction and I send it to my boyfriend, and we end up going back and forth about if this person is serious or not because he thought it was a joke. He asked me if this was said by a person of color. I said no, it wasn't. It was said by a white high schooler who lives in New York, according to her profile. He asked me if she was following me actively or not, and I say I don't know. I'm kind of a shit poster though, so I don't know if someone who actually believes what they seem to have believed would follow me, so I don't know. And in the end, we went back and forth, and it ended up with us both being unclear if this was trolling or not. That's when I got a message from Instagram that was a little bit worrying. This message has been unsent by the sender. If you have ever received this message from Instagram, it's the fucking worst, because it's so fucking vague. It shows nothing about who unsent what, or what the original message is, what interaction it's from. None of it. Whatever was there is just vanished, and you don't know what it was or why it was. And it's not really a great feeling because every time that happens, I always go into panic mode. Is someone deleting parts of our conversation to make it look like I was saying something I wasn't saying? Is this person setting me up for destruction? Why would they unsend something? Normal paranoid lunatic shit that goes through my head. So I get 4 notifications back to back to back, unsent by sender, unsent by sender, unsent by sender, unsent by sender, and think, fuck. that person deleted the chats. And I was right. 10 minutes after they sent me, "You're racist for drawing someone of a different skin color than you," suddenly this person was either no longer offended by my mundane art, or they just didn't want to get into this argument with me for whatever reason. How was I supposed to know which one it was? Oh, right. Because I still know their account name. I went back and I tried to message them, only to find out I was blocked. Fully and completely blocked by Vaseline Intensive Care. I guess they weren't really in the mood for defending the racial injustice in my art. At that point, I'm fully annoyed and a bit miffed. Like, I don't know if you've noticed this. I'm a bit miffed about this. So I made the great tactical move to post the chat to my Instagram story. One, because I was annoyed that this little butt thought by unsending and blocking me, she would be erasing the evidence that she was some kind of dick. And two, because I wanted to share a little bit of idiocy with my loving audience. I wanted to show proof that people like Vaseline Intensive Care actually do exist, and they do go around trying to make people feel bad and like pressure artists into a little fucking corner. Because since my Tumblr video, people have been like, "No one acts like that. Nobody does that. That's not really a thing." And it's like, no, Deborah, it is a thing. Here's proof that it's a thing. And literally, I'm not a big artist. I can't imagine what artists bigger than me with a bigger platform go through. Because holy shit, someone wants to draw something as simple as someone with another race and show diversity in their art, and they get people fucking upending their entire careers. Like, Jesus Christ. It's ridiculous. And I know you thought that was the end of the story and that we'd reached like a moral, but little did you know this is a two-pronged storytime reaction commentary thingy mabob. Like, that's right. I'm not just an art channel. I'm a gnome. Part 2 of this is me for the past month, I've had one very persistent fan telling me to expose another artist. Not like a YouTube artist, but a professional artist on Instagram who draws things for games and is just amazing. And this person has wanted me to expose that person because they said they're racist, or at the very least, problematic. They have sent me direct messages on all of my platforms and pretty much demanded that I out this person and make a video on this person for only drawing 2 people of color. I don't know if they've never drawn any other or if this person is operating in some sort of time frame because I didn't ask, but still. Apparently, according to this other person, their entire lifespan, they've only drawn 2 people of color. Now, this person who's been demanding this of me is very determined, and might still be very determined, to get me to make this video and expose this person for the evil that they are. But first off, not an exposed channel. Not my cup of piss. Thank you. Next. Second off, after the experiences I have had with the Tumblr situation and this one, I can understand why other artists with bigger audiences might not want to branch out that way. I was literally told that as a white woman, white artists are not allowed to draw any other person or any other culture. That it's some form of an appropriation and insult, and that if I do that, I am blatantly racist. That we have to stick to only drawing one thing and one thing only, or else they're just gonna shit on us for being the lowest of the low. And while I don't think that makes anyone racist, I could see why bigger artists than me are like, I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. I don't want to ruin my career. No. So I don't think there's really a moral here. It's just probably more of a rant than a story time. It's a fucking lot to deal with. And if I were slightly less jaded from years of being fucked with online, maybe this story would be more impactful and maybe I would be crying about it, but Jesus Christ, like, maybe we can all get our heads on straight and stop shit like this. Maybe. I don't know though, because for every person who's like, you can draw whatever you want, I approve of this, there's like a person saying no. So that seems to be a good enough place to end this. I don't usually do videos that have like any sort of morals. I feel like I'm mostly an ambivalent person. So let me know what you think of this video in the comments down below, and let me know if you care, like either way. Like if you think it's super duper racist that I drew a person of color, or that if any non-person of color draws a person of color, let me know if you think choosing not to draw someone out of your like ethnicity, nationality, what have you is racist, or let me know if you think choosing not to draw someone is racist, or if you don't draw them, you're racist. Frankly, I don't think either is, and I want to go to sleep, honestly. So good night. Have a great time, and let me know whatever. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.